Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Saturday. Happy Labor Day weekend, everyone. And I hope that you guys are having the best weekend, but also don't forget this is one of those weekends which you shouldn't be drinking and driving anyways, but just be careful. It's easy to party, it's easy to have fun. Sure, order an Uber. I promise you guys, even if it's $100 Uber, it is way better than putting yourself in danger or somebody else, and also better than jail time and a $10,000 DUI. So, yeah, just like keep an eye out. Now, with that, we're back to talk about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. We just got back from Palm Springs, had the most amazing time. I cannot wait to share everything with you guys, which is exactly what we're going to do. But for now, we got some Salt Lake City ish to talk about. So smash the like button, show some love, and let's jump right in. All right, guys. So we have to start with Whitney Rose first. And I just want to preface this by saying, even though I am not a huge fan at this point of Whitney, um, I never, ever want to see anyone in financial turmoil. I never want to wish that on somebody. I truly believe in karma. And if you wish negative on somebody, guys, you're just like manifesting it for yourself. It's not a good thing. But this is what's being said. And I just wanted you guys to know, like, I truly, truly do not take enjoyment in any of this. Now, season 6, the premiere, that's going to be coming in just a few weeks. So here we go. But there's some financial troubles that have been revealed. At least that's what's being said. Whitney Rose and her husband, Justin, are shown picking up the pieces and rebuilding their finances after a devastating misstep with her company. So the exact nature of the financial misstep is kind of unclear at this point, but the season's cast bio hints that it's true. And it was after a difficult year where Whitney, I believe she's like pivoting and she's aiming to rediscover the joy in her life and bring back her playful side. But the women, like they showed support for her because she had a feud with Lisa, and that clearly, if you guys watched the trailer, like there's a high point in that. But Whitney did acknowledge some of the rumors of her marital strife on Watch What Happens Live in January, saying that they recur every time I get in fights with a certain castmate, and they have circulated for 5 years. So no, we don't have issues. But Justin was there at Watch What Happens Live. He was visibly in the audience to support her. And she said, Justin obviously is not going anywhere. But then there was a November 2024 interview where Whitney said marriage is up and down. And she talked about some of the communication being like key to weathering the ups and downs. But there were also earlier reports that detail that Whitney and Justin lost a substantial sum, like 6 figures in that range, due to shutting down or rebranding her beauty company, Wild Rose Beauty, and quietly shifting to Soul People. And she says, well, she's not a part of that company anymore. Now, they also reportedly invested over $300,000 and took out a $1 million loan for her brand's rebranding, ultimately just losing all of her savings. This is a misstep. It's a huge misstep. Here's the thing with business. And I was just surrounded by a lot of incredible business women this weekend. It's so wild to see because there's not really space or room for error. That's why they have business plans. Now, any business, like if you guys watch Shark Tank, you try and you're going to try and try and try, and sometimes you're going to fail and sometimes things aren't going to work out. But you want to minimize the potential destruction or liability to your finances. This sounds like, okay, well, I'm on the TV show and I'm famous and I know that people are going to buy the product. That's what this reads off to me. I don't know that to be a fact, but it kind of seems like this was just a lot of silly decisions, a lot of being reckless. And at the end of the day, if it is, then yeah, that's a big fucking gut. That's not good. Ultimately, we're going to see how it plays out. If their finances were in that bad of a position. I don't think that they would have just bought a bigger, better house. So I think that they still clearly have like a nest egg. I just think that they took a hit, just like Dr. Terry DeBro said when after they sold their house and what was it like 50 or 55 million in OC, like after they sold that house, they ended up buying a Beverly Hills mansion. It was like I don't know if it was like 16 or 20 million, but with the taxes and everything included, they ended up taking a $6 million loss on this property. That's real estate for you. You win some and you lose some. And it's not always going to go in your favor. But we're going to pivot over to here. Now, Angie Katsanevas, you shady little minx. She posted about her new partnership with Código 1530 Tequila. And she said, for tequila as smooth as my shade, I take Código everywhere I go. Available for everyone, even in Greece. Opa! Yeah. Well, Lisa gave a little bit of a subtle clap back on Instagram and she said, you can't compete where you don't compare. And she said that she's the owner. So, hey, listen, at the end of the day, we're not the same. And she also pretty much shaded Angie Katsanevas saying, it must be so difficult that you have like the inability to be original in any capacity. So if I had to guess, I would probably say no. It would be like a Dorinda Medley, like, how are you? I'll tell you how I am. Not well, bitch. How about that? Like, that's what it's giving me. But I would be fucking pissed too. I would be pissed if I was on a cast. And it's not like you're the only, like, you didn't invent tequila. You know what I mean? But if I had a cast and like a group of friends around me and they were trying to come up with like a brand that was competing with mine, yeah, especially if it was my thing and I came here and I was like original to it, I've had it for a long time, I would be pissed. I do actually understand where Lisa Barlow is coming from, but also at the end of the day too, if Angie Katsanevas doesn't give a shit what Lisa Barlow thinks, then why would she shy away from taking the extra money? Lisa posted, I would fucking hate always being a copy. Also followed by, I'm always first and original. Mm. Now, Lisa and Angie, at one point they were friends, but clearly their relationship soured as rumors and business rivalry and on-screen tension like that grew, especially over Vita Tequila. And in September of 2024, Angie denied insinuating that Lisa was unfaithful and clarifying that it was just a response to online backlash. So there's been a lot of tension. I don't think that Lisa thinks that she can trust Angie at all. I feel like Angie probably feels the same way. I think that when you're in a position like this, you're kind of looking around you like, is anyone my friend? Does anyone have my back? Can you trust anyone? Because at the moment that you open up, especially on camera, and you think somebody's your friend, what they're going to do is it's all self-serving, right? So you're dealing with people who have like an element of narcissism, which is what Andy Cohen said when people are hired on these reality TV shows, but like an element of narcissism. And so I feel like you just have to know that anything that you say, it's like getting read your Miranda rights. Anything that you say can and will be used against you. I don't know. I want to hear what you guys think. Guys, pop off in the comment section, please. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, guys. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. And yeah, happy Labor Day weekend. And we will see you guys definitely on Monday for Hot Messy Topics. That's going to be a good one, but we'll see you soon. Love you. Bye.